Welcome, everyone, to the Deep Dive. We're the place that tries to cut through the noise and really focus on what's important.
That's the goal.
And today, wow, we're diving into something pretty significant. OpenAI's new open weight models, GPT OSS.
Yeah, this is a big one. So our mission today really is to unpack what these models actually are, why they feel like such a shift, and what it means for you listening, and just the future of AI generally.
Right, moving AI out of the cloud and onto your desk.
Exactly. Or your laptop, even your phone, potentially.
Okay, let's get into it then. This big reveal. OpenAI has released two models, right?
That's right. Two distinct ones. There's a pretty beefy 120 billion parameter model,
Okay.
and then a smaller, much more accessible 20 billion parameter version. And crucially, both are under the Apache 2.0 license.
Which is very permissive, yeah. That's key.
Absolutely. It's very open. And this whole open weight thing,
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of revolutionary because it puts the power in your hands.
Right, not just using an API somewhere.
Exactly. And that brings some huge benefits. First off, local deployment. You can run these things completely offline, no internet needed, right on your own machine.
Okay, that's a big deal for privacy, surely. Like, my stuff stays my stuff.
Precisely. All your data, your prompts, your conversations, it all stays local. Nothing goes to the cloud unless you specifically send it somewhere else. Huge for security.
And cost, too, I imagine. No ticking meter.
Yeah, forget API fees. It's just, the electricity to run your computer. That's a massive saving for heavy users or developers.
So privacy, cost savings. But what about, the bigger picture? What does local AI mean for the industry?
Well, that's where it gets really interesting, you see. It's not just about individuals. Think about smaller companies, startups, researchers,
Hmm.
people who couldn't afford massive cloud compute bills or constant API calls. Now they can build state-of-the-art AI directly into their products locally. It sort of democratizes things,
Yeah.
levels the playing field a bit.
Okay, so it potentially sparks more innovation outside the big tech giants?
That's the idea, fostering innovation everywhere, not just in those walled gardens.
So amazing accessibility, great privacy. But let's talk capability. What can these models actually do? Are they, powerful?
Oh, yeah. They're designed specifically for what OpenAI calls agentic tasks. Think of them like smart assistants that can handle multi-step jobs.
Like coding or research?
Exactly. Strong capabilities in coding, using tools like searching the web or using a calculator and reasoning through problems. They're also mixture of experts models.
Right. That makes them efficient.
Yeah, very efficient. It means they only activate the specific expert parts of the model needed for a given task instead of, firing up the whole massive thing every time.
Gotcha. And I heard something about chain of thought. What's that about?
That's a really neat feature. Chain of thought, or COT, means you can actually see the model's step-by-step reasoning.
Oh, interesting.
And you can even control the depth, like ask for low, medium, or high detail in its thinking process. It makes it transparent. You can see how it got an answer.
That sounds super useful for understanding or even fixing things if it goes wrong.
Absolutely. Trust, debugging, it's great. Performance-wise, the big 120B model, it's actually comparable to GPT-4 Mini on some coding benchmarks.
Really?
And
Wow.
both models, even the smaller 20B, generally outperform the older GPT 3.5 Mini in lots of areas. Plus, they have a massive context window,
How massive?
128,000 tokens. They can handle really long documents or conversations,
Yeah.
just like entire books or large code bases. Uses a new tokenizer, O200K Harmony, which is super efficient at packing info in.
Okay. 128K tokens locally is huge. So the hardware needed, is this still just for giant servers?
Well, yes and no. The 120B model, yeah, that needs serious VRAM. We're talking about 80 gigabytes.
Okay, so H100 GPUs, data center stuff.
Pretty much, yeah. Ideal for that. But, and this is the exciting part, the 20B model, that's built for us, for consumer hardware.
How much VRAM are we talking?
Around 16 gigabytes, maybe a bit more depending on the setup. But that puts it in reach of modern gaming GPUs. Think like an RTX 4060, 4070, 4080, 4090, even an older 3090 or 3090 Ti could handle it.
So potentially running on a decent gaming PC or a powerful laptop.
Exactly. Sam Altman specifically mentioned the 20B model making powerful AI truly usable locally on laptops, maybe even phones down the line.
Wow.
And Microsoft is already planning to integrate optimized versions into Windows PCs. That's a huge signal for mainstream adoption.
Definitely brings it closer to home. What about safety? You're putting these powerful tools out there. How is OpenAI handling that?
They seem quite focused on it. That chain of thought transparency we talked about, that actually helps detect misuse or weird outputs because you can see the reasoning.
Right, it's not just a black box.
Correct. And they've launched a big red teaming challenge, offering $500,000 in prizes for people in the community to find safety issues, security flaws, potential misuses.
Crowdsourcing safety, essentially.
Yeah, getting the community involved and making it safer. And the ecosystem is already jumping on board. Llama, Hugging Face, LM Studio, Together AI. They all support these models already.
So developers can start playing and building straight away.
Instantly, which will just accelerate everything, development, finding issues, finding cool uses.
Okay, so let's pause for a second and think about this. What does it really mean for you listening right now? What does it mean when AI, this capable stuff that used to live only in the cloud, becomes something you can run locally, privately, and basically for free on your own device?
It's a fundamental change, isn't it?
Yeah.
What kind of new things become possible for your own projects, for innovation, maybe just for how you use your computer day to day? When that power is actually yours to control, it's less about just convenience. It feels more like empowerment.
A really provocative thought to end on. We hope this deep dive helped you make sense of OpenAI's big move with GPT OSS.
Hope it was useful.
If you found this insightful, maybe learned something new, please do hit that like button. It really helps us out.
Yeah, it does. And share it with someone else who loves learning about this stuff.
Absolutely. And of course, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next deep dive into the topics shaping our future. Thanks for joining us.